Meanwhile, Metro Manila Solons in the lower house have expressed their support to the BBL. This followed a briefing on the BBL by government and MILF peace negotiators. Freddie Abando filed this report.
The government and MILF in conducting consensus building with members of the House to push for the approval of the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law, which is scheduled for review by the House Ad Hoc Committee on the Bangsamoro on May 11 and 12 next week.
Unang panahon, hindi ka natapir. In one session like this one, kasi meron silang pananaw, meron kaming pananaw. But now, napirmahan namin ang FAB, nandun ang basic law, kaya minsan tinatanong ng mga tao, bakit panel ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas as if they are spokesmen or spokeswomen ng emanet. Ganun ko talaga kasi isa lang pinirmahan. BBL, isa ang binabasa namin, so pareho kami, halos pareho ang sinasabi namin. We defend the papers, we defend the documents that we jointly sign. Ganun sila, ganun kami. So ganun yan.
Today, representatives from 16 cities and one municipality of Metro Manila were briefed on why Congress should approve the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law to implement the peace agreement signed by the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front last year. The government's chief negotiator, Professor Miriam Coronel Ferrer, and MILF negotiator Mohager Iqbal explained the impact of BBL's passage to the President's commitment to win the peace. Iqbal said it's the decision of the House if the proposed law will require amendments or not. Iqbal bared the MILF is open to the enhancement and improvement of the draft law. It validates the report of the Peace Council led by former Chief Justice Hilario Davido Jr. that certain provisions may require refinements to comply with the Constitution.
Ang sasabihin ko lang dito, decision ng MILF, address to the Senate President, address to Speaker Belmonte, and address Rodriguez Rodriguez, the chair of the Ad Hoc Committee on the BBL. Ang sinasabi doon sa sulat ni Chairman Murad, the decision of the MILF is the BBL itself as presented to Congress, but we are open for improvement and for enhancement.
The Ad Hoc Committee, chaired by Congressman Rufus Rodriguez, listed 8 provisions which could be refined before the draft law's approval. Provisions which impinge on the mandate of constitutional bodies, the establishment of a Bangsamoro police, and a separate command for the AFP in the Bangsamoro. Your concern is the exit agreement to be implemented after the passage and implementation of the BBL. Ferrer stressed the exit agreement will ensure all the terms of the comprehensive agreement on the Bangsamoro had been complied by the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front to avoid a repeat of the failure of the government and the Moro National Liberation Front in implementing the 1996 final peace agreement.
Yung exit agreement is to say, tapos na yan. Para later on, walang maghahabol na hindi pa tapos. Hindi ba ngayon problema natin sa MNLF? Nag-institute ba tayo ng review process under the auspices of the Organization of Islamic Conference? Kasi hindi pa nadideklara na tapos na yung sa MNLF. And we want to avoid that kind of an open-ended process. We want to have a phase where we can say everything has been agreed, tapos na, everything now goes to the regular political process. Hindi na babalik-balik ka pa sa negotiation.
The consultations with members of the House will continue as the debate and deliberations for the BBL takes its course. Today's session won support for its approval.
It's important for us in Metro Manila because Metro Manila is the biggest source of taxes. And yet, in terms of expenditure, a great amount of the expenditure is also being spent in the non-paying areas, meaning areas covered by BBL. Why? Because there's a war there. And they can't contribute to the national government because nobody wants to go there. There's no peace, nobody wants to put up schools, there are no industries. And we're concerned, meaning if there's peace there, then we're able to make that area productive, then we will have more money for Metro Manila. It's even from a standpoint, it makes sense to actually pass it.
But we owe it to our Muslim brothers to give them a chance to manage their affairs on a very, very small portion of the Republic. Before, Muslims are majority in several provinces in Mindanao, but now it's only 5. 5 poor provinces. So why deny it to them? So I'm in favor of it.
I think that we should make some tremendous efforts to reverse the situation. Na instead of spending it militarily, why don't we spend it for the development of the region in Danao?
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.